We're live now.
Well, yeah, fantastic, great.
Hey,
I didn't get.
I don't have my touch portal set up right now, so fuck you, buddy. And I still need to put the little TMAOA transition bullshit in there. I don't.
You got. In the priority of things, though, that's kind of the bottom, isn't it? In the priority of life, yeah, I get it. It's okay.
I have been wanting to move my camera and like redo. Like there is a list of things I want to do. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Waking Up. Just a fair warning for everybody. I am not in a great mental and emotional health state, but I am medicated, so I am okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
You notice how Sean's eyes went like this.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, welcome to Waking Up. Oh, yay, Asta. It's on a 15 stream streak.
Heck yeah.
I love that.
Me too.
Thank you for being part of our community. All right, well, let's get this going. All right, here on Waking Up, we're not here to bash anybody's faith or religion. We think faith and religion are beautiful things when done in a mentally and emotionally healthy manner. Sean and I are not healthcare professionals. We're not therapists. We're not counselors. We're not social workers. We are not licensed or certified in any way, shape, or form. We are, everything said on this podcast is our own opinions, our own personal experiences, our own personal thoughts. They are editorial only. Please do not take this in replace of any type of medical advice. Please seek help of a real healthcare professional. However, if that is a struggle for you, if you don't even know where to start, we have information for you that can help you get in touch with a true mental health professional. Just please message us on Discord and we will be glad to send you that information. We also do fun stuff on there and silly stuff and serious stuff on there. We're trying a little bit more to ramp up our Discord over time, and we're getting there. It's slow because we're not avid Discord users like some people. Like there are some people that have time to monitor and do all the Discord stuff. We are not it. It's fine. We are grown-ups with big jobs, and so that pay bills. So
exactly.
Yes, but if you need us, please, if you need to pick me up, if you just need somebody to vent to, our Discord is a great place, and we have a great community there. So please, message us there. Sean and I grew up in the 90s or aughts in the Carolinas, Billy Graham territory. We grew up Southern Baptist. And if those of you who don't know, Southern Baptist is a conservative evangelical denomination of the Protestant Christian faith. And again, we didn't think that they could get more conservative or evangelical, but they did. And,
it's coming full circle. And I'm like, oh,
it's a thing. It's a thing.
Somebody didn't learn, yeah.
But we don't just talk we do talk about this, but we also talk about our mental health, and we do talk about it's a little bit of a support group. It's a community where we talk about our mental health and state and what's working and not working for us or where we're at. And it's a community where we're just trying to end the stigma of we don't have to be silent about our mental illnesses. And a lot of that has to do with some of our religious trauma, but a lot of it has to do with other religious trauma. So here we are.
And the line between religious trauma, regular trauma, and all that stuff, it kind of blurs. So it is,
especially in our family.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
The church said, "Hold my Jesus blood."
They also said, "Hold my Jesus body," but that's a little weird.
Okay, Sean, you want to introduce our
today's lovely topic? Oh, you don't have the titles on the screen anymore, do you?
Nope.
On the scene. That's cool. All right. Oh,
it's because there's no.
No, I'm cool with that. I'm totally fine with that. I was just
I cleaned up our look.
It looks good. You create really good scenes. I like it. Streaming scenes.
That's a different
podcast.
That's a different podcast, Sean. It's a different podcast.
We do that a lot. All right. So this is a very poignant poignant topic. Today we're talking about when we're kind of sitting in the middle. Um,
Haha.
when you're doing the work, when you're healing, but you're in the middle. When you don't know what healthy is, when you don't know what is the old and what is the new, and where that they kind of blend or overlap, or where that line is. So you're not fully healed, if you can ever be fully healed, but you're healing, and you're not sure. Is this what I'm? Is this a good thing? Is this evidence I'm healing, or is this evidence that I'm not? Like maybe I'm going back to an old habit. So that's what we're talking about today. How to figure that out. How to understand it, recognize it, and deal with it. Work through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was me this morning. Yeah. um,
Gotcha.
I I think for me, like I was just telling Sean off stream before we went live. I've had a really really rough, really rough and difficult emotional and mental health past couple of weeks. It's been rough. I've been struggling, and it's some of the situations are easier to navigate than others, and it's exhausting because it's both personal and professional. So there's just it's not something that I know I can't navigate. But when I feel like this morning, I woke up and my brain decided to, like, my mental health demons decided to throw a rave while I was asleep, apparently. And I woke up just feeling everything. And I was having these urges. Like, I was having these urges. Okay, I want to text this person. Okay, if I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to say these things. I want to, but I was feeling all sorts of conflicting emotions, and I was sobbing. And I'm like, but do like I was struggling. It was like, okay, I want to text this person. I want to talk to them. I want to tell them how I'm feeling. But then it's like, okay, I just stop and ask myself, okay, am I texting myself, or am I telling them I want to text them, or want to say something about this? Because I was telling myself it was emotional transparency. It was, okay, I want to tell them and be honest and be transparent about how I'm feeling and the situation that I'm in. But then I stop myself and I'm like, am I wanting that, or am I just trying to soothe the wound? Am I wanting that, or am I needing comfort? And it was back and forth, and I'm like, but I don't know what's healthy. Do I tell them later and then they get upset because I didn't tell them in the time, or do I try to say so? And then on top of that, and this is just one of many situations I've experienced in the past couple of weeks, where it's like, okay, on top of that, I am over here having this battle of wanting to do one thing in name of mental, like, setting boundaries and standing up for
Hmm.
myself and being healthy, versus am I saying this or doing this because it is a coping mechanism, or it's a defense mechanism? Am I being defensive? Am I doing these things? And I don't know which is which, and I'm battling back and forth. So then on top of the feelings and thoughts that I'm having, which are all very strong and all very severe and all very loud, on top of that, now I'm adding into, I don't know which is healthy. I don't know
Hmm.
what's the healthy thing to do. And I'm like, okay, well, then if I ask somebody, everybody's got their own opinion. This is for me to figure out because it's my job to do all the things. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, and so now I'm stuck wanting to move forward, wanting to be healthy, but it's almost like you have too many tools. All these different tools can all do the same job. They just do it differently. And is it the right tool for the job? And sometimes it feels like I have too many.
This is one of the most difficult places, I think, in the journey, in the healing process, is because you're not fully healed, so you don't know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, but you're also, you know enough. it's like knowing enough to be dangerous. You know enough about what you about healing and about what you're doing, and you recognize. When I do it, I recognize what I'm doing, but I don't know what to do about it.
Okay, keep
Um,
talking. I'm
okay,
missing my vape because I feel like this is one where I'm gonna need the nicotine and
you're
the
gonna need
caffeine.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Um, yeah. So I'm sitting in that place where I recognize that there's something going on, because before before I was healing, and before I had learned I said the tools, it was easy to play the blame game. It was emotionally easier in some ways to just go, well, this is I'm gonna villainize this person, or I'm gonna be the victim. I'm gonna emotionally I could just point and go, that's the problem, that's whose fault it is, and then just deal with everything after that. It's not the healthy thing to do. So now that I'm trying to make the healthy choices, I recognize that, but then I'm trying to discern it. And I'm like, and I'm overthinking and second guessing so much. Do I text? Do I say the thing that I'm thinking, or am I just looking for someone to soothe me? Am I looking for someone else to do the work? Or am I being vulnerable? That's where I'm like, because I've spent so much of my life not being vulnerable.
that
And
that
so, like, I want to be vulnerable, but am I being vulnerable because I want to be vulnerable, or am I being vulnerable because I want them to fix it, or am I being vulnerable because am I actually being manipulative presenting vulnerability, but actually I'm being manipulative because I want them to do something? Like,
yeah.
what is happening? And so I'm constantly thinking and running through the filters and going, and it's exhausting
Oh yeah.
to be in this place. It's still better than being in the unhealthy
Is
place.
it? Is it?
Yes, because
Is it? Because right
I'm
now,
close.
like
It doesn't feel that way.
today,
It does not feel
today
that
it
way.
feels like horseshit.
It does.
Today
Yes.
it feels like horseshit.
What? Yeah. Yeah. There's that small voice that goes, it'd be easier if you just did this very unhealthy thing. It'd be easier if I just. Yeah. But I'm like, no, it's not the direction we're gonna go.
Oh,
Um.
I asked that was me this morning. That was absolutely me
Mm,
this morning. Um, but I don't think that a lot of people. I don't. I mean, maybe they have, and I just haven't come across it. But it's like one of those. They don't talk about the in between. And I'm
mm-mm.
not talking about fucking Stranger Things bullshit. Like I'm not talking about that shit. But they don't talk about that that foggy gray area. They
Mm-hmm.
don't talk about that in between space of I want to do the healthy, but where like
What is it? What is
what
it?
is the healthy? And you don't want to choose wrong, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're paralyzed. It is like you're
Mm-hmm.
paralyzed. You're like you're feeling the feelings and it's like, okay, do I sit on it? But if I sit on it like and I do, what questions do I ask myself? Like, okay, where what I
Mm-hmm. For me, it's like when someone does something and I feel like I'm upset, or I feel something, I'm like, now I'm sitting here. Do I just say something right back, or do I not? Do I sit on it? Do I? How much do I sit in there and think about it? Or am I just upset because I'm dealing with a wound? Is it something that happened, that they said something that was hurtful, or did it just kind of did it trigger a wound that I have?
yeah.
And so, should I push back on them, or like should I get caught in the middle? Like, what do I do?
And is this a real emotion or is this a trigger?
Yeah, yes, that's exactly it. Like, they didn't say anything necessarily hurtful. They said something that I took as hurtful because I have a wound around that. And so, like,
But
do
then
I?
you're dealing with the thoughts and you're dealing with the emotions and you're like, is this a true emotion?
Yeah.
Or is this something that I'm interpreting? And it's just like you don't trust yourself.
No.
And you don't like it's almost like you haven't experienced your emotions or the healthy thought patterns or processes enough to know like you've experienced them
Mm-hmm.
in bursts, but you haven't experienced them on a regular basis to know exactly the because there is a fine line between I mean and all emotions are valid, whether
Hmm.
they are a trigger, a wound, or a valid, like,
Wherever they came
all
from.
where they came from. All emotions are valid.
Hmm.
I want to preface this,
Yes.
because I don't want, because I know the way we're talking, it seems like emotions, whatever you're feeling, is not real. Oh, hi, thanks, Nev.
Hey, Nev.
Um, oh God. Oh. Oh,
Oh.
okay. Okay,
Oh.
that hurt, like,
Nev.
all weekend long, all weekend long, because because I watched this morning. I watched the US beat Canada to win the gold for men's
And-
hockey,
yes. Right. Hmm.
and I told Jay, I said, "Jay, hey, you want to hurt?" He goes, "What?" I go, "You want to hurt?" He goes, "What?" I said, "The Miracle hockey team was 46 years ago. Not 26. I know in your head you're thinking it's 26. Nope, it is
Don't
46."
start with me. I don't need that. I don't need your junk. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Didn't need that. Not
You're
at all.
welcome.
Mm-mm.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that. Yeah.
You're welcome. If I'm going to sit in her Soria.
We're gonna sit in it. I'm gonna make y'all sit in it too.
Yeah. Um uh um but yes, I'm glad we have known each other that long, Nev. You are
Hmm.
an amazing person, and even though we don't talk nearly as often as we used to, I find you an amazing human being, and
Yes.
I am very glad that you are in my life. So,
Me too. Absolutely.
okay, so back
Eh,
to the trauma.
yes. Yeah. Back to regularly scheduled trauma.
Notice that we are just sitting in it, so we're just like
Mhm.
bouncing back and forth. We're trying to not be.
Little bit of levity in between.
It's fine. Our trauma made us funny. That's why we're here.
Yes, that's why most comedians are there.
Thanks. But so, like I was saying, all feelings are valid. So I know that
Hmm.
what we're talking, like I am talking, like, the feelings aren't real. Um, but they are the feelings are real. It's one of those, what I mean is, are the feelings based out of a place of, that was really hurtful, that was really, that you are allowed to be angry, or
Hmm.
was it coming and in the situation as it is, or
Hmm.
is it coming from a place of, I took it as hurtful from a place of trauma? That's a two different thing.
Hmm.
Is it a place of genuine, it is what it is,
Hmm.
or is it a trauma response, and or a trauma feeling, or
Hmm.
a thought invoked emotion? And not all thoughts are real. Not all
Yeah.
thoughts are genuine. So is it a thought based emotion, or is it a genuine emotion? And
And
that's
mhm.
where it becomes there are nuances. It's just like anything else. There are nuances.
Yeah.
Just like when you ask somebody, go, is that red or is that wine? And they go, it's red. They're dark. They're different shades of red. They don't.
Hmm.
It's red. Salmon or pink. It's pink.
Yeah. And that's what. Even though my feelings are valid, do I need to share them? Do I need to bring them to the other person's attention? And that's where I struggle with, is because if it's something that they said that was truly hurtful, and then yeah, I need to bring that up. But if it was something that necessarily was because of my wound that I'm working through, could I bring it up? Is it wrong to bring it up? I don't think so. Um, but do I need to bring it up? Do I need to put this forward? What am I looking for?
Right.
Because as our friend Miko has said before, other people are not responsible for your triggers.
Say that for people in the back.
Other people,
AKA, like, look at yourself in
yeah,
the
that's what
camera.
I was
Okay.
actually going to change one of the words. Other people are not responsible for my triggers. Change the word to my because it was more poignant. Yeah, other people aren't responsible for my triggers.
Yeah.
So yes, I can bring it up and we can talk about it, But that doesn't mean that I need to make them. I should make them responsible because I have a trigger for that.
Oh
I have
yeah.
a wound for that.
And it's
So
and you struggle with that. I struggle with
that
that because
yes.
and I know you do too. I
Hmm.
think the struggle that I've dealt with, like specifically this morning, but I've been struggling with a lot of different things over the past 2 weeks. So but the specific thing that I'm dealing with this morning, or at least the emotions and thoughts,
Hmm.
is okay. So I'm struggling with emotional transparency, like how I feel, how I honestly feel, like how something or a situation or a person makes me feel, and
Hmm.
I don't express it to that person. I deal with it myself because I was taught and I was trained and I was conditioned that deal with your shit,
Hmm.
do it by yourself, go to your room, deal with your shit, and come back
Yep.
out when you're put together. So I
Yes.
struggle with knowing if this is something that I need to share in
Hmm.
emotional transparency to be transparent about how I feel versus this is something that I need to handle by myself,
Hmm.
because I've often just been like, especially when I'm trying to swing the other way, I overcompensate and just be like, here's how I feel in the moment. Here's all the things. And then I
Yep.
realize, especially with C Riggs, God bless the man. He
Hmm.
like it was just like, here's my shit, and not
Yeah.
realizing that it was coming from a trauma dump. It was coming from a
Hmm.
wound, not something that he was doing. So it then muddied the water. So now I'm sitting in this freeze
Hmm.
of,
And then if the other person doesn't respond the way that you want them to respond, the way that you hope they respond, or then for me it sets me off even worse.
oh, so for me, that's not even that.
Yeah.
It's just the, it's just, it's just
You just don't.
doing the thing. Their response,
Hmm.
I've taken that a long time ago. Just whatever their response is, their response. I don't.
Yeah.
That's where we differ. Is
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I am expecting a certain response. So the response is important to me. I haven't dealt with that,
No,
or I'm working through that.
yeah, no. Well, because
Hmm.
that's your golden child, whereas in
Yeah.
my black sheep, is the, the scapegoat is, it's my actions. My actions are
Hmm.
going to determine the outcome. So that's where I sit in the freeze. So whatever their reaction is because a direct result of my action, even though I know it's not now, but that's where I was sitting. But
Gotcha.
what if you tell them what they do triggers you and they just do it anyways and smirk? Can I beat them then? We do not encourage violence,
Mm-mm. I mean,
allegedly.
allegedly, yes. Here at Team AOA, we don't condone violence.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
We're going to leave that one there.
We're just gonna let that sit
Just
there.
lay that
Yeah.
there. My therapist often goes, "No, violence is not an answer." I said, "It is an answer. It may not be the right one.
But it is certainly an
It is
answer.
always certainly an answer."
Hmm.
And she looks at me because
Openly.
she can't argue with me. She goes, "You're right." But I was like,
Is it the best answer for this moment?
she goes, no,
It
no, it's
feels like
not an answer. Okay, fine.
it. Jason openly.
Allegedly. Um,
Yeah.
but oh God. Okay, so it says confusion is a developmental stage, not a failure.
It
Like
feels like a failure though.
facts.
It does. It feels like because then I spin into the meta. I spin into it feels like a failure because I can't discern, and then I get upset with myself that I can't discern,
Yes.
and so that's where the meta starts. Is I'm upset because I'm upset about the being upset, and I'm like,
Well, for me, it's like I'm upset. I'm upset
mhm.
and not I'm upset about being upset. I am upset and I'm upset because I can't figure out how to not be upset,
Gibbs.
or the
Yeah.
right way to regulate, or the health. We're going to not say right, the healthy way to
The healthy way.
regulate,
Yeah.
or
Hmm.
the healthy action that I need to do, because I am now gotten to the point into my healing where I am self-aware. I know I have these tools in my toolbox. I am aware that I am safe. I am aware of these things. I have the knowledge. I have practiced some of these things, but now I'm
Hmm.
upset, and now I have all of this shit and I don't know which one is the right one. So now
Hmm.
I'm upset because now I'm like, I want to choose the healthy thing, but what's the healthy thing? Because then I can see how this is healthy and this is not healthy, but at the same time, it's both vice versa. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
And then you're
I,
already sitting there and you're double dosing of
and now we're spinning. We're spiraling. It's two plates now. Spiraling. Yeah. I'm like, what do I do? I don't know. And I'm overthinking it. And then I just did just spiral into this overthinking.
I feel like spiraling, like I'm in a chair and I'm spinning like
Yeah.
this, and then all of a sudden the chair decides to shake while I'm spinning. That's what it feels like.
Oh God. That's awful.
So,
So
okay.
uh
But
oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. What are you doing?
here's Sean. Segment
No.
2.
Whew, I
Why is
wonder why.
why is
I
this one
wouldn't.
why is this
Why
one
is
so
this so
hard for you?
important?
Why is this one so hard for you, huh? Huh? Huh?
Mm.
Huh? Huh?
So for those of you that don't have today's notes,
Uh-huh.
we're there's a thing that I've been working on for quite some time.
How long is quite some time, Sean?
Probably my entire life. The difference between being transparent and self-soothing through someone else, using someone else for soothing. Yeah, that has been that has come up between you and I many lots of times.
Mhm.
Because I am guilty of using Anna to soothe my to regulate me and to soothe me uh, way too many times, lots of times. So that has really caused friction in our friendship over many years, because I would even when I attempted to, even if I attempted to self soothe, which didn't happen a lot of times, I was feeling an emotion, and so I wanted to. I was like, okay, I'm going to communicate, because so many times I don't communicate my emotions. I don't communicate what I'm feeling. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to communicate this. I'm going to be vulnerable and say what I'm feeling. But I wasn't communicating in terms of um, being transparent about where I'm at and being vulnerable where I'm at. It was, I'm being transparent because I need you to soothe me. I cannot. So I either can't self-soothe or haven't even tried to self-soothe. And so I'm looking for you to soothe me. And the interesting parts about other people soothing you, making other people responsible for soothing you, is that it never really works.
What?
It might work for a moment, but it's not. It doesn't provide any comfort beyond that very temporary soothing. It definitely doesn't last a long time. And you also end up in a situation where you're going to that well indefinitely, or you're going to that well over and over and over, because I couldn't self-soothe. I didn't have the skills to be able to do that. And so the only way I could get soothing, the only way I could get regulation, was to go somewhere else, was like to go to Anna for regulation. And so anytime I was dysregulated, I was going, I need regulation here. Regulate me. And it was all the time, because I couldn't regulate myself.
And then, but the problem is you would also make me responsible.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, that's one of my points is that I put it on you to regulate me.
Hmm.
It wasn't co-regulation. It wasn't being transparent. It was I'm dealing with this emotion and I need you to soothe me. You're responsible because if you don't soothe me, I'm not going to be regulated. I'm going to be dysregulated forever, for a long time. So hey, it's your responsibility to make me feel better. It is. It's definitely there's definitely an urgency about it. It's I need this to happen. I need this to happen like right now. I need you to do this. It wasn't communication, transparency. It wasn't I want to let you know how I'm feeling and what I'm going through right now. I'm feeling something and I wanted you to know. It was fix me. That was the intention. The intention behind it, the urgency behind it was fix me now. I was trying to control that. I was trying to control you and get you to do the thing that I should have been doing myself.
Yeah. And I mean, and I'm just as guilty, except I didn't do it with you. Um,
You didn't?
not the way you did it with
Oh, not
me.
the yeah. It was not the same way. Yeah.
But no, not really. I never, honestly, Sean, you
No.
came to me for self regulation. Your
I
white knight
yeah.
wanted me to come to you for regulation. Let's point that out here is that
Mm-hmm.
uh, there yes, I came to you at times, but
Mm-hmm.
like it wasn't in that
It
there
wasn't the
was
same way.
it was not the same
Gotcha.
way.
Okay.
And um I was I was a lot of your soul regulator,
Mm-hmm.
and I had several.
Yeah.
So it was different.
Yeah.
Um you tap this well dry.
I did. Tapped that well dry long time ago, many times.
And
Yeah, no, there was nothing left.
I kept several sources.
Mm-hmm.
um but there is something and this comes down to nuance in that becoming emotionally healthy is about now you've learned the tools. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's very similar to you've learned a skill,
Mm-hmm.
typing, woodworking, whatever, underwater basket weaving. um I want to know where that phrase came from.
Underwater basket weaving. I
Yes,
have no
we're gonna
idea.
have to ask Logan afterwards. It's
We
something I
are.
don't know, but you've learned a skill. You've learned the basics of the skill.
Mm-hmm.
You've learned how to apply the skill. You've practiced the skill. Okay, you've practiced the skill, so you know you have the information to do the skill in a competent capacity. But just like anything else, you haven't mastered the skills. And when you
Mm-hmm.
master a skill or master something, or even it's about the nuances. It's about understanding, talking about underwater basket weaving. It's about the type of reeds you're using, the shape of the basket. Different baskets cause different techniques, different patterns, different things, and those are all nuanced things. Like when something isn't working right, you know how to adjust just enough to make it work. There's no like tweaking,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's where you're sitting. You're sitting in the frustration of I know how to do the thing. What is the thing? Is this the right thing for me to do? Is this the right thing for me to use? Is
Yeah.
the chick? What am I using the wrong? Am I in the wrong water? Am I using the wrong materials? Is it the environment? Am I doing like those are things that you learn over time, the nuanced things, the practice things that you only know about yourself, and the knowledge that you pick up over time of practicing these things. So, like, self-soothing versus being emotionally vulnerable. I like
Mm-hmm.
transparency is like it is true, transparency, but being transparent and emotionally vulnerable versus self-soothing through somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
is very nuanced. And it's really hard to distinguish when you don't know. When it's not okay, when you haven't embodied the knowledge of the nuance, the
Yeah.
subtleties of things.
When you're starting to heal, it's because it is so nuanced, it's easy to misinterpret. It's easy to think, to have difficulty discerning, figuring out which one am I doing? Am I talking about it because I'm being transparent and vulnerable, or am I talking about it because I'm looking for something? What is my intention behind what I'm doing?
Right. Like it says, like the nuances are you can say something that is true
Mm-hmm.
in a very unhealthy way. You can say something that is uncomfortable in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then it says like timing and nervous system matter. How what's your intention? What is your pull behind it? Um oh God. Do you want to read the self-soothing
Yeah.
through someone else part and I'll do healthy transparency?
Yes. When you're trying to figure out which one it falls into, self-soothing. Some of the symptoms that you find with self-soothing is you need the immediate. It has to be done right now. That's what I talked about. It was like I was looking for. It was urgent. It had to be done because I was dysregulated and I needed regulation and I needed it now. So it was immediate. I needed that. Um, it was the anxiety relief. Oh, 'cause my anxiety. It was I'm feeling anxious and my body is just feeling all kinds of. I'm feeling it in different parts. I need this anxiety to go away, and I need someone to say the right thing to make it go away. Um, and it's very dependent upon the result. Because I need them to say the right thing. I need them to make it better. And there is also, whether I didn't realize it at the time, but I was creating a lot of pressure behind it. Because I was making you responsible or someone else responsible for it. There was a lot of pressure that I was putting on the other person to do that because I wasn't doing it myself.
Yes. That expectation.
Yeah, it's you have to do it because I can't do it.
And then you feel like they don't care about you, or if you're not soothed, or even if you are soothed, then it's just
Hmm.
like you still haven't done the work.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah.
because it's not just a one time thing. That's the thing is when I need someone else to when I refuse when I'm not self soothing, when I don't
Hmm.
have the skills to self soothe, I'm constantly tapping the well. I'm constantly going back for that. It's not a one time thing, and I'm okay. Great, you soothed me, and I'm done. No, it's back and it's over and over and over again,
Yeah.
and it really hurts the friendship. It really hurts the relationship.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So.
Because then when you are coming at them with a healthy way and you are wanting to share, and maybe it's like when you come to them for the soothing,
Hmm.
they don't, it's just like when you really are in a place of true need,
Yeah.
then they're just like, oh fuck. Then that's when they start hitting ignore, or hey, I'm busy, or whatever it is, like, and because they're tapped out. They're like,
Yes.
I don't have the time or energy for them today. They're just being dramatic or whatever. It's one of those, because you're not looking for the support.
Mm-mm.
You're looking to you're looking to drain them of that,
Yeah.
because
You're
you're not
looking.
taking on the
Mhm.
responsibility, the emotional workload.
Yeah. You're using their emotional labor. You're taking their emotional labor. You're taking from their tank and you're trying to fill your own with their tank.
It's like a group project where they show up all the time, and you're like, you're friends with them, so you want to work with them, and
Yeah.
you're in your little, like, okay, it's a group project, so we're going to work on it together, but the other person ends up doing the work all the time, and they just put
Hmm.
their name on it. And then over time you're like, yeah, I'm going to
Not
work with somebody
no. Yeah.
else.
Ignore.
Thanks. Yeah,
Swipe.
it's fine. I'm tired. I can't. They never. They got to figure it out themselves. Let them
Hmm.
do the work. Um, But the difference between that and it's like the transparency, it comes from a place of self-reflection. Emotional transparency can say you hurt me or I felt hurt, and it not be accusatory. It comes from a place of awareness, and it comes from just sharing how you feel, not needing for them to
Hmm.
change how you feel. And that's very hard because you want, like, there's that urge. You want to feel better
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
And it can't, it isn't dependent on the outcome. It is very much, I want to share with you how I'm feeling. I'm not expecting you to fix it. I'm not
Hmm.
expecting you to come up with a solution. I'm not even here for you to feed me with platitudes or soothe me, but I need to tell you where I'm at, why I am feeling and thinking the way that I am, and there's
Hmm.
no expectation for the other person behind it.
Hmm.
But in the moment, when you are feeling an intense emotion or thinking these scary, loud thoughts,
Hmm.
or fill in blank there, anything that is really intense, whatever you're dealing with that's intense, it's really difficult. It's
It
really
is.
difficult
Yes.
to express how you're feeling or what you're thinking without fall, especially if you haven't, it's not practiced over and over and you're still not used to it and it's still a new thing for you. It's so easy for me to fall back into, I'm telling you this so that you can help me.
Yeah.
But transparency is about, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is where I'm at mentally and emotionally. If I need your help, I will ask for it and allow you the opportunity to say, I'm not in a place to help you. I really wish I could, or that's not something that I am capable, that I can help you with. You need to talk to your therapist, or fill in blank there. That's something you need to talk to somebody else about, whatever it is. And you don't go spiraling into the whole, well, why are you here?
As a recovering white knight, codependent, yeah. Um,
Hi, Sean.
Hi. It's been X number of days since I've been codependent. Hey now. No, that is not accurate.
No.
Probably okay. Yeah, that's probably a little bit closer. All right. So yes. Let's go with that. Um, it's difficult. It's difficult for me. It's something that I still work through. Still working through it. Is when that information comes to me, when someone says, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on with me right now," is to take that as information. Take that as what it is, as vulnerability, um, and not immediately try to go into fix it mode, into rescue mode. How do I regulate you? I want to regulate you because now that you're dysregulated, which means I'm now dysregulated because yay codependence. Um, and so in order to soothe me, because I'm dysregulated because you're dysregulated, I need to regulate you so that I can go back to being regulated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, fix it. Yes, the dreaded fix it mode. And so I have to be careful not to step into that and immediately try to regulate you, fix you, make you better so that I can then go back to being okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is that's difficult. It's a little it's easier when the other person explicitly says, "Hey, I'm not looking for you to do anything," because then it's a little bit easier.
Okay, okay, I'm
I didn't
sorry.
say it
Listen,
absolves
listen,
it.
listen. Today, I'm telling you, I told you I was in a bad mental head.
Uh-huh.
My face has subtitles today. You're
Yes,
just gonna have
yes.
to deal with that.
When does it not?
You
I mean,
read
that
that?
is a,
Are you reading that? Are
I
you
am
reading that?
reading that. That is not, yes. It is a little bit easier, but it doesn't stop it. It doesn't stop my brain. It doesn't stop that part of me from going, oh, we got to fix this. It's still there. So it's really difficult when the other person doesn't say that explicitly, or the dynamic with that other person has been such that there's an expectation of regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Like with my ex is a perfect example of that. And so if I'm trying to do the healthy thing and not jump right into that, that's what happened. That's what's happening on my side as a recovering codependent. So it's being able to go, it's not my responsibility to regulate the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Are they being vulnerable and transparent, or are they looking for me to fix them?
So,
Jay.
so last night,
Uh-huh.
last night, sidebar, because he said that last night I went axe throwing,
Nice.
and I went axe throwing and knife throwing,
Sick.
and I was just like, oh no, they're like, are you any good? I was like,
Uh-huh.
I'm okay. And it was just like I was tossing them, and it was like bullseyes. I was like, most of my shots landed. They landed pretty well. And
Mhm.
so after a while, they looked at me. My friend looked at me, and I went, I am just exhibiting why it is good to be friends with me and not my enemy. And I am
There,
preparing for the zombie apocalypse. I am proving my value as somebody you want on your team.
there, exactly. Hmm.
So yeah, yeah. So just
Yeah, if you're picking your apocalypse team, and
I
that's a
also
safe choice.
I
It's a good
also have
choice.
medical training, and I
See,
know how
I
to like.
mean,
I'm just saying,
there you
I
go.
am very valuable in the apocalypse
I am great at finding keys to vehicles
that don't
and
exist.
that don't exist. Uh,
Sean, are you excited? It's coming up on Easter time.
I know it is. Oh yes. Oh, I already picked up my collection of a small collection of Peeps. I had the Rice Krispie
Our
ones too.
ADD and our trauma is
Hmm.
is kicking in because we're like, okay, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah,
We're gonna take a mental break right here a second.
mhm.
Um, but the question, how the best thing is self-awareness is and I am this is something that is not easy for me. It is not easy for me, and I am going to say this is hard as fuck for me, and it has been hard as fuck for me, but I am practicing it, and I'm getting better at it. I have not perfected it yet, and it's something. It's the pause method.
Mm. Mhm.
It is because the pause method doesn't mean the emotions and the thoughts go away. It is the pause method is me not trying to instantly try to fix myself because I'm like I was taught, fix it myself. It isn't instantly fixing myself. It isn't instantly trying to process it.
Mhm.
Because once I started healing, I was like, I need to process it. I need to find out the source of this. I need to find out, is it a wound? Is it blah, 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 blah. Like that's where my brain went because I'm again trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix how I feel. I would try to go to somebody else. Hands you a gluten-free bottle of water. Thanks. Oh,
Hey, Unreal.
I have water right here.
Is it water?
It is water.
Mhm.
Um, by the way, I have gotten really tired of these large things. Like
Mhm.
I've gone back to like my small 24 ounce. I'm like this because these are obnoxious.
Some people love them.
They do,
Mhm.
but bless them. But it's the pause method,
Mhm.
and by pausing, and it's not I'm going to not feel the thing. It's not I'm going to stop the thoughts. That's not what I'm pausing. What I am
Mhm.
pausing on is I am having these thoughts. I am having these feelings. Sippy cups for outskirts Helen.
There you go.
Facts. I'm actually trying to weed them out of my house. But it's not pausing on the thoughts. It's not pausing on the emotions. It's not pausing on my trigger. It is pausing on the solution. It is pausing on the urge to whatever it is I'm trying to do. It's saying, I'm not going to do anything but sit in this emotion. I am not going to do anything but let the thoughts run their course. I'm going to also, but I'm not going to let them run wild. Obviously, it's that controlled chaos thing where the thoughts are negative or whatever. But I correct them if they are going, if they're trying to go a little far. I go, no. We know that's not true. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you not to be there because you're going to be there regardless, but you're going to stay in your lane. And that's about as much processing as I allow myself to do. I allow myself to go. I allow myself to say the thoughts or write the thoughts or feel the feelings or, feel the feelings that the thoughts are creating. I allow that to happen, but I don't do anything about them.
Oh, that's so hard.
I told you. It's fucking hard. I fucking hate it.
Yep.
So for anybody watching this, yes, it's healthy. It fucking sucks. We have said this over and over again. Healing makes you a better person. It still fucking sucks.
Yes, absolutely.
We pick our hard. Hard. And I would rather have this hard than the end result of the other hard. One is instant. One is an instant gratification versus a long time healing.
I've picked the unhealthy hard for most of my life. I'm trying to pick the healthy hard at this point.
And sometimes we fail at that.
Yes, and it doesn't mean it doesn't mean I will.
We miss you, Unreal Lips. We love you.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it doesn't mean at some point I will make the wrong choice, the unhealthy choice, because that absolutely still happens.
Oh yeah.
It's trying to shift the balance from all unhealthy to some unhealthy, some healthy to mostly healthy.
You heal, but the pain stays. Not 100%. You heal. You heal. And you learn the pain doesn't necessarily stay. You heal, but you have the after. You're dealing with the after effects of the pain. You're still going to feel those feelings every now and then, just like if you had a broken bones and the pressure changes and you feel it in you don't feel the acute pain. But you see the scar. You deal with the scars.
Yes. Yeah. And the effect of it can change.
The effect of it, no, that's a great way to put it. You heal, but the effects of the wound stay. And that's what we manage. We manage the effects of the trauma.
Yep. Yeah.
And that sucks. That sucks because it's like that's what they tell us all the time in therapy. It's not our fault that it happened to us, but it is our responsibility. It's not our fault that it happened to us, but it is our responsibility to heal the things that happened to us.
Yeah. And it's also being realistic that I'm not going to one day eventually be completely healed, or this thing is never going to bother me. I'm done with that. I've moved on past that. That thing's not no. I learned to manage that part of me better. I learned to manage what happens, the way that I deal with it better. And so that's why I say I'm a recovering codependent or white knight, because it's never going to completely go away. Yeah. Those thoughts are always going to be there. It's how do I manage those thoughts? How do I manage those actions? How do I respond when that part of me goes, "Hey, I'm still here." Like, I know you are.
I saw the best meme today as I was doom scrolling and disassociating to try to regulate myself, because that, you know what? That's a coping mechanism too, and that's okay. I shouldn't disassociate, and you shouldn't doom scroll, and healing choice you wake up and make every day. Exactly, just like love, just like anything healthy or unhealthy, it's a choice. But I saw it was a cartoon, and this one was like it was about mental illness, and the mental illness is like this big scary monster like blob thing that just like had this big hold of her, and she's like, what is happening? And then it's the next frame, and it says like after years of healing, and the mental illness is still there. But she's just sitting there, and it comes up, and it's just tapping her on the shoulder, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, what's up? What do you need?" Like,
Yeah.
it's one of
I see
those.
you. I hear
It
you.
doesn't go away. It
Hmm.
doesn't, but it isn't as overwhelming.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we heal the wounds. We manage the effects of the
Effects of it.
wounds,
Yep.
the
Yep.
after effects of the wounds. So I feel like saying the pain stays is a little on that. You'll never get better,
Hmm.
because you will get better. So I don't want to do anything, but I have to. Yes, and sometimes we have to push through. And I've today was one of those days for me, Asta.
Hmm.
I literally sent the Lazy Song by Bruno Mars to one of my friends today because I was like, I don't want to fucking do anything. I feel like my demons have had a rave in my head, and I am staring at my mental. As you know, I compare my mental health to a house. I'm staring at my house, looking fucking trash. There's shit everywhere, and I'm like paint on the wall. Like it looks like my demons had a rave, and it
Hmm.
felt like that. And it still feels like that, except I am now medicated and my caffeine's kicking in. So you know what?
Woo!
We're gonna take a win. I mean,
Absolutely.
but the pausing, going back, I know we went on our little ADD rant, but in pausing, it's pausing, sitting in the emotion, letting those thoughts just pass by, letting those, not stopping the thoughts, not stopping the feelings, but pausing in the need to fix and do something about it.
Hmm.
Letting those things just sort of process through your body, which is also in DBT called urge surfing. You have the urge to do something.
Hmm.
You don't do the thing, you just ride the wave.
That's a really good tool.
It is a good
Really good
tool.
technique. Yeah.
You acknowledge that you're having the urge. You acknowledge you want to text the person. You acknowledge that you
Hmm.
want to do the unhealthy thing. You acknowledge that you don't do it, but you're sitting on it and you write it out.
You don't fight it. What was it? What was it? The thing? The what fight?
Oh, what what you resist persist.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's because that's so true. The
Yeah.
harder I fight against the urge, the bigger the urge seems to become.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much a losing battle.
Hmm.
So ever since you mentioned that technique, I was like, that's really good. Hey, it's there. I
Yay,
feel this. Right?
DBT.
Yeah. I
Dialectical
feel
behavior therapy for those of you who don't know.
yeah. I've got this feeling. I want to text this person. I got it. Just gonna put the phone down. I'm just gonna let that urge right out.
Honestly, DBT fucking saved my life. It's a game changer for me.
Yeah.
CBT, cognitive behavior therapy,
Mhm.
also is helping right now. Now that I passed the urgency phase, so
Mhm.
I'm dipping back into cognitive behavior therapy. But yeah, DBT saved my life, 100%. But
One,
anyway,
mhm.
go
one of
ahead.
the things that I thought about regarding the time we're talking about this the pause framework. When it's like 12 p.m. when at 12 a.m. when it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I start getting some of these thoughts, these intrusive thoughts, these sometimes the best thing I can do is just go to sleep. Now, sometimes I can't. It's difficult to go to sleep, but other times I'm like, I'm just going to try to go to sleep. And a lot of times I can. And those thoughts, like 2 o'clock in the morning, when those thoughts start happening, is not a good time to start picking up the phone and talking, messaging people. With a caveat, go ahead.
Yes, caveat.
Mm-hmm.
But if those thoughts are urgent thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
they are dark thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They are thoughts like that. We are talking about the type of thoughts where you are just you're sort of your anxiety's up, or you know those things. There's a big, huge difference. So
Hmm.
I am only saying this because a lot of my friends would be like, "Oh, I'll just go to sleep," or "Oh, I don't want to
Hmm.
bother anybody. It's too late." If it is a thought or feeling that is you honestly, it is putting you in, which is I actually saw another thing again, doom scrolling.
Hmm.
What the difference between pop psych and
Hmm.
real psych is, and intrusive thoughts was one of them.
Hmm.
Intrusive thoughts for pop psych is, oh, I'm doing, I want to do the bad thing, or I don't want to do the unhealthy thing, and blah blah. I'm just not doing it. Versus what like a true intrusive thought is those very dark, very strong emotions that are overwhelming
Hmm.
and that are deep and that are dark that you can't shut out. That is a perfectly acceptable
Hmm.
time to pick up the phone
Yeah.
and call someone,
Yes.
because and call your support system, or text somebody, or most of the time when you have those thoughts, you need to call somebody, not text somebody.
Yeah.
And that is
Absolutely.
perfectly acceptable at 2 a.m. when you're feeling in that dark intrusive thought. Is not the time to just try to ignore it.
Hmm.
That is a time to pick up the phone and going, I need help. When you're
Yes.
having those anxiety riddle thoughts,
Yeah.
when you're having those thoughts that are not intrusive,
Hmm.
that is a time when you say, is this something that I can self-regulate or go
Yeah.
to sleep? I'm
Yeah.
making that caveat
That's a
because
good
I know,
distinction.
for
That.
me, and I
Hmm.
know a lot of my friends and a lot of our community, we suffer with the I don't want to be a burden. It's past 10 o'clock. It's past
Yeah.
midnight. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't really like,
Yeah.
if it's so strong and so dark that you need somebody, get somebody.
Yes.
And there is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. There is a list of people that I know, if at 2 a.m. the phone's ringing and I'm calling, I need something
Hmm.
and I can't handle it on my own.
Hmm.
And they don't care about being woken up.
That's correct.
And even if it's, I need you to sit with me and talk to me until I fall asleep because I can't be by myself right now. They will
Hmm.
do it.
Hmm.
Even though I just woke them out of a dead sleep, they will do it. And vice versa. So
Yes.
continue.
Thank you. That is a very good distinction. Yes, because a lot of the thoughts that I have are more of the anxiety thoughts.
Hmm.
There's suddenly thoughts where something just pops into my head, and like one of those thoughts from like, I know that's not reality. It's just 2 o'clock in the morning. My brain just decided it wants to throw that at me, and I'm like, I just need to go to sleep. um, but yes, that is a very good caveat. Thank you. I appreciate you pointing that out, because that is a distinction between the anxiety thoughts that I'm talking about versus the dark thoughts that you're. So
Nuance. See, again, nuances.
nuance. Life
Nuances.
life is about nuance. Imagine that.
It's about nuance, and
It
it's
is.
in and your brain is, and you're sitting in that in between with the fence post up your ass, and you're like, I don't know which side is the side I'm supposed to be on right now. We get it.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but here are the questions that, when in the pause method, when you're pausing, when you're urge surfing,
Hmm.
and you want to reach out to somebody talking about transparency or self-soothing through somebody else, am I trying to connect for support, or am I trying to regulate through this person?
Mm, yeah.
Am I just seeking regulation, or am I seeking support? And that again is very nuanced, and it's very difficult, and it sucks.
Yeah. Distinguishing between which,
Yeah.
yeah, what your intention, what you're doing.
So, oh, and it's one of those, add one more layer. Am I willing to self-soothe first?
To me, that should be the self-soothing.
Use the should
I
word.
know I shouldn't use the should. I think isn't the healthy response to attempt to self-soothe first before reaching out to someone?
Depends on what it is, I think.
Depends. I think it also how intense it is.
Hmm. Um, okay, so speaking of the pause, here's a little the pause. Here's a little bit more structured explanation
Mm-hmm.
of the pause. So when you're that's why you asked the question first. Exactly. Like, so am I attempting to self-soothe?
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that I can self-soothe from? Is this emergent? Is this something that I am feeling that is emergent and needs to be fixed immediately, or is this something that I can wait on?
Yeah.
Um, and then is their response going to bother me? So, like, you're sitting there and you're dealing with the feelings. Is this an emergency, or is this something that I just need to give myself time for to ride that wave and
Yeah.
let the urge down? And you can set yourself whatever time limit it is. Some people, like Sean says, I go to sleep and I wake up the next
Mm-hmm.
morning and I don't feel the same way. And it's like, oh, okay, then it wasn't urgent.
Yeah.
Or you wake up the next morning and not only do you still feel it, you feel it more
More
intensely.
intensely. Yep.
Then okay. But whatever time period that is, whether you wait 24 hours, whether you wait 12 hours, maybe 8 hours, like if you're feeling that way, time limit, before I take action, I'm going to sit in this for X amount of time. And this is only for people who enjoy having rules. This is not a set in stone
Yeah.
thing
There's
that,
no guarantee a certain amount of time.
right. And then, is their response going to bother me? And that's another way of, am I soothing myself
Mm-hmm.
through them, or am I looking for support? Is their response going to bother me? If they respond with, okay, I'm just going to sit here and listen, is that going to bother you?
Yeah. Does that go? Do you get offended if that's their response? Like, I'm sorry, what? You're just gonna sit there? Yeah.
You're not trying to fix it. You're not going to try to help it.
You're
What
not
do I
gonna.
do? Well,
Yes. Yeah.
when you ask the question, what do I do? You're
What?
asking them, what do I do? And then they
Yeah.
go, that's not my choice. Is that going to bother you?
Yeah.
And sometimes it does. Because thank you, religion, waiting for God's plan and all fucking
Yes.
things.
Waiting for a sign. Praying
Yes,
about
I
it.
want you to tell me
Mhm.
what to do so that I know what to do. Like,
Yeah. When your entire childhood is asking a imaginary friend what you're supposed to be doing all the time. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
oh my God, I'm clipping that shit. Ah, that's amazing. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And then, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
This important nuance. Here's nuances in the pause method. Because again, everything's gray. Nothing's black and white here.
That first one. Oh God.
Sitting on something forever is not maturity.
No, it's not.
Nope.
It's not. It's not. That's not the healthy choice. Sitting on it forever. Okay.
You're just holding on to something.
Yes.
If you're feeling the emotion intensely and it is your job, and it's not emergent, it is still okay to process that. There has to be an endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
To move on, there has to be an endpoint. Even if that is an endpoint of you're processing it by yourself, but you've processed it. You've done the work.
Yes.
Sean?
What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So not everything needs to be shared through somebody else. You can still process and not sit on it and let it go by yourself.
Yes.
But you have to be self-motivated to do that.
there's a point where it has been processed and moved on from. And I've struggled so long with the whole moving on thing. Yeah. I know, right? So
You are an emotional hoarder.
Yes, I
You hoard traumas and emotions? Like, get your job.
Because if I don't hold on to it, then it must not have mattered. It must not have been a big deal. That's what I tell that's what I tell myself. That's what I've learned is that's why I hold on to things longer than other people. Like when you and I have a disagreement, is I feel like I have to beat myself up and hold on to it, because if I didn't, that means I didn't really care about it.
Right.
So moving on was like, so I never moved on from stuff, or I often didn't move on from something.
Yeah, well, the next one's hard for me. So you know what?
Yeah.
Well, tit for tat. It's fine. Expressing everything instantaneously when it happens isn't authenticity. And you know what? Fuck you. Because as somebody who suffers from CPTSD and BPD, it's everything is intense and everything is instantaneous. Everything is right now. Everything is now. And so I'm like, okay, well, like I said before earlier in the podcast, I was like, I swung the other way. So instead of now trying to do everything and healing everything by myself, I just went, nope, we're dealing with this right now. And then I would end up railroading people. I would end up, like, again, using somebody else to self-soothe. I would end up, maybe I didn't even ask for consent. It was just one of those, I'm in a bad mood and I need you to fix it right now. And not understanding that, again, like I said, I hate the fucking pause method, because then I have to sit in my emotions and just write it out, and it fucking sucks. But I do it. I don't like it, but I do it. It's like salad and my vitamins. I don't like it, but I still at least attempt to do it. I said attempt. I may put a whole bunch of unhealthy shit on my salad, but then I still eat my salad.
It's not perfection. We're not looking for perfection. Right?
We're not. But it's that I thought that was okay. That's transparency. That's authentic. That's being my authentic self.
It feels there's a way. It feels that way, doesn't it? Like there's that idea of, I felt this thing. Bam, here it is. Right. It's kind of, I guess, pop. Like, it feels pop psychology. Oh, you said something. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to put it out there.
Yeah.
I do the opposite.
Which is sitting on something for is not maturity. It's not.
I will ride onto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will carry that shit to your grave
forever. Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's everything's instantaneous and everything is now. Everything is this. And so what I didn't realize until I started sitting in it, until I started allowing myself the time to sit in the emotions, sit in the urges, let the thoughts run their course. That once I got over the instantaneous part of it, one, my relationships with people actually became better, because I was able to go, I'm feeling this strong emotion. Are you in a place where, like, I really need somebody? Are you in a place where I can call you? Which, hey, I'm working right now, but can I call you later tonight? Or is this something that's an emergency? They started feeling safer being able to say no to me. They started feeling safer to know that, if I say I need you now, that they are at this time, once I learned to sit and pause, they knew that I could recognize what is an emergency and what is not.
If everything's an emergency,
right?
Nothing's an emergency. Yeah.
It's like the boy who cried wolf. Anna cried problem. Like, it's Anna cried emotional dysregulation. And sitting in that is it was not me. Okay, well, I'm just trying to be honest and open and deal with it, which maybe if I'm instantly trying to go to somebody for help and support or whatever I was trying to do, it didn't allow myself that time to see what I was actually dealing with. So instead of actually processing what was actually triggering me, what was actually the problem, I was just trying to soothe the emotion.
Oh, yeah.
So that wasn't actually me being authentic. It was me
Hmm.
it was it was me being reactive.
Gotcha.
And
That makes
so
sense.
that's one of those nuances again that is very difficult. Like what's healthy? Is this an emergency or is this not emergency? I don't know what it is. And
Hmm.
you sometimes I still don't know.
Yeah, and there is no hard fast rule. See,
No.
someone like me that likes everything rigid and plain,
Right.
and I know exactly. Like I want to know this happens and this is what I do, but that's not how it works.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna change the amount of time it takes. The amount, yeah, it's gonna vary because there's so much nuance in it, and it's not gonna be the same every single time.
Yeah.
So it's understanding. It's being able to. It's important to be able to recognize what's going on and then responding to that instead of reacting to it.
Yeah. And healthy, and the last one was healthy expression includes timing.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of those the important nuance of this, of the pause method, of pausing is what there's no set like and none of this. There's no set hard rule.
Yeah.
And that's why I was crying about this morning. I was like very, very frustrated because I was feeling these intense emotions. I was thinking all of these dark, intense thoughts, and I was having these urges to soothe and coping and all of these stuff. And I was having this war with myself. Is this authentic? Am I hiding something? Am I just trying to do my whole, well, I'll fix it myself and not bother somebody? And it was just, and it was so, and I got angry
Hmm.
as well as sad because I didn't know what was the right answer
Yeah.
because there's no right
Mm-mm.
answer. And they will tell you that in DBT. If the first, try it, just pick something. And if that doesn't work, try something else. And for somebody who's a perfectionist,
You got to pick the right tool
the first time.
the first time. Yeah.
And I was, so that's part of the nuance when you don't know what's healthy and what's not healthy. But you can convince yourself that anything's healthy or this is healthy or this is right. I'm like with me being instantaneous of I need to be authentic. That's not authenticity. That's not healthy. But I convinced myself it was healthy because I was being authentic and I was letting them know how I felt right then.
Hmm.
And Sean's over here
Me,
sitting
me,
on his shit.
me the opposite. Join the. It's the mature thing to just let it ride. It's the mature thing to just it's the you're even keel and nothing really seems to bother you. Oh no it does. It's just all sitting underneath, and I'm not let. It's just me sitting on everything. That isn't healthy either at all. There's in between the extremes.
Oh, I'm not okay with this next one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
Feeling
no,
a certain way about it.
I'm not. I am. Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on, Sean. Tell me you're excited about this one,
Oh, this is
and I'll call you a
fantastic.
motherfucking liar.
Yeah, right. Oh, I mentioned this earlier. Why this is so difficult to be in this place. Why it feels off to be in there, or it feels worse in many ways to be in this place, is because I the unhealthy thing is to just go and blame someone. They did this maliciously. They did this on purpose. They were trying to hurt me. They don't care about me. Being able to blame. When you're healthy, that's not the direction. It's easier to, it feels easier to just go and blame and then deal with everything after that.
Hmm.
And so now I recognize, now that I recognize it, I can't just take, to me, that was like blaming is the easy mode. So now I'm like, no, that's
Lulu
not what
Daisy
I'm
says, "Did
recognizing
you get
that.
stung by a bee or did you step on the nest?" Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, so it's and oh the oh seeing my part in it, seeing my part. Oh, I'm feeling this one. All right, yeah. To me that goes
Are
hand in
ya?
hand with the,
Are ya? Sit in it. Sit in
uh,
it. Sit in it.
to me that goes hand in hand with the blame. Is what is my part in this? What is my part in dealing with this? What is my part in what happened? Like we talked about with the, did the person say something that's hurtful, or did I hear
Interpret it
it
as that. Yeah.
because of my wounds.
Yes.
So what is my part in this? And so, and then responding to that, that's hard. It was easier when I could just go, it's your fault. You're the villain. I mean, again, easier is relative. Easier emotionally in terms of the unhealthy way. So,
Yeah, I think it's all about awareness. Um, and it goes back to whatever that curve is. There's a name for it. I can't remember that curve to save my life. Like you're fine when you don't know anything.
yeah,
And you're fine and you're happy. And then you start gaining more knowledge.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you start feeling like, then you become really aware. Like you start learning enough and you start like, you're very cocky and you're very confident up here because you don't know any better.
Yes, you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
That's
So you
what
can
it
talk
is.
with all the confidence. Then you start learning.
Yeah,
Then you feel like shit.
yeah,
Then you feel like shit because you're like, fuck. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything. You start pointing out all of these things that are wrong, that you're doing wrong, that you're choosing to, like that you don't know, and you know enough to feel like shit.
yeah.
And then it's that whole once you start, then you start getting an upswing, and I don't know if we'll ever get there. Well, at least I will ever get there. I mean, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I've gotten there in some aspects of my life, but where becoming a master of something, mastering something is knowing that you don't know everything and that in the acceptance phase. It's basically being a master, but more being in the acceptance phase of I'm not going to beat myself up because I don't know everything. And I'm just going to accept. And then you're confident. You're confident again. You're confident. That doesn't mean that you don't fuck up and that you don't still feel those things. You just stop feeling like shit because you accept. Okay, I am right there. I'm at the bottom where I know enough.
Yeah. Before you start healing, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know that there's other choices. You don't know that you don't know that what you're doing is unnecessarily unhealthy. So you just do it.
Yeah, because it's natural. That's what you train to do. That's your coping
yeah.
mechanism. That's what your
That's
brain
what I mean by
learned to do.
easier is
Survive.
because-
You've learned
yeah.
to survive, and you survived. And so if it must be right if you're still alive.
Sure, yeah, that's exactly how you feel. Yeah, doesn't mean. But then you realize that's not the. Then you realize, oh, that's not the healthy thing, and then you're like, okay, so this is the healthy thing, and got it. Yeah, now I've got to figure out which one I'm doing.
Yeah, and then once you start learning the healthy things, and you start learning, then you start playing the game. Then you start playing mine and Sean's favorite game.
Oh God,
Is it my trauma or is it my
personality? Oh God, yes.
That
that game.
We had a whole episode. I was like,
we did.
That was
we
like
did.
3 years ago. This is another house I remember because I was like, we had a whole episode. Or is this my trauma or is it my personality? You know, I feel like if we played that game again, it would be a totally different game.
It would be. Yeah, we could do a throwback. We could
But I mean, that's where you start. That's also why it feels awful, because then you start questioning everything.
Yes, exactly. Nothing happens that you don't go, wait, is that the right way to do it? Is there a better way? Should I be doing this? How is it? Everything becomes a question.
Yes.
And not just like a simple yes, no question answer. It's question, overthink.
Yeah. Is this healthy? Is this not healthy? Am what I'm doing is right? Is it not right? Is it like is how I'm feeling a feeling because it's a genuine feeling, or is how I'm feeling a feeling
because of a wound?
Because of a wound is how I'm feeling because of the thoughts that I've had. I don't think that game is any different from the game.
I think you're right. And
which
now
we all lost.
Thanks, Jay. We all just lost it.
Yeah, show us you grew up in the 90s. Telling me you grew up in the 90s. But it is it feels bad. Healing feels bad because one, the healthy thing is uncomfortable. You are unlearning everything. You are literally unlearning I wouldn't say everything because we don't like to talk in absolutes, but I mean, you
Yeah.
are
There's a
unlearning
lot. Yeah.
a ton and
The
having to
mhm.
relearn how to survive and not even just survive. You are having to unlearn that survival isn't a state of being.
Mhm.
And I don't, okay, I do this. I can't speak for Sean. So I'm going to talk about my own experiences. I know that this is healthy. I know what I am setting the boundary, sitting in the discomfort, self soothing, processing in a healthy way, making smarter choices, et cetera, and so forth.
Mhm.
I know, or even just sitting in the peace.
Ooh. Okay. You can bring that one up, are you? Okay.
I love how uncomfortable Sean got with that one. Um,
It's fine.
e-
It's cool. It's cool.
Even if it's sitting in the peace,
Mhm.
sitting in the safe, healthy friendships, the safe, healthy relationships, the laughter, all of that feels wrong.
Mhm. It does.
And you question whether if you're doing the healthy thing. Or like for me, disassociation is one of them. I truly disassociated. There are chunks of my kids' childhood that I don't remember.
Mhm.
There are chunks of my childhood I don't remember. But there are chunks of time that I've lost. Even though my kids are happy and healthy and they're obviously functioning, I took a ton of pictures, I took a bunch of videos, but there are times in their kids that I don't remember. And that's true disassociation.
Mhm.
I mean, and again, disassociation, I would like to preface this as disassociation is a scale like anything else. It is a scale. So there's all different types, but that is a deep disconnected disassociation.
Mhm.
So when I started doing my intensive therapy for my BPD and CPTSD, like when I started doing that work, I became very aware of what my brain was doing, of how my body was reacting, and how deep that is. And I would mistake me sitting in just turning my brain off, because we all do it. We all,
Mhm.
our nervous system overloads and we hit a point where our brain is off. We're doom scrolling. We're watching whatever TV, and we're just letting our system regulate. And I would just say, "Oh, I disassociated. I lost somebody." And she's like, "Were you disassociated? Or was your system just healing itself for a second?
I've had this.
Was your nervous system, was your brain just needing to take a minute?"
Mhm.
And I'm like, there's a difference? Is there a
Yeah.
difference? Is there a difference? Like, I didn't know that there was a difference. And it's like, so and that's why I think now, as the more I get through in my trauma work, it bothers me when people, "Oh, I was just so traumatized by that. I have trauma from that."
Mhm.
Do you have trauma from that? Is that true trauma, or was that just a situation that you have yet to deal with?
Mm.
Let's talk about what trauma really is. Trauma, again, is one
Yeah.
of those pop psych things that have started getting tossed around, just like, "Oh, you're triggering me." That's a
Mhm.
pop thing that's been thrown around. I was just as guilty of that, though.
Yeah.
Words matter. But I sit in that discomfort and unhealthy because now I don't know what the fuck it's called.
But you know it's something. You know it's
Yes.
there. You're like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Like I thought just I get to the point where I thought, oh, I'm spending after work I'm like staring at the TV or whatever, and I'm like I am like I'm turned off. I'm like I thought it was like I was disassociating. I'm just and he's like, what's wrong with like I just sat I had a hard day at work and I just sat and watched TV for a couple hours. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Wait, no, that's wrong. I'm not supposed to do that. Why?
I'm
I
not
shouldn't do
always
that.
having to process something. I am not
Yeah.
always having to fix it.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I should be doing this. Why am I?
And you
It's
don't know
fine.
when you should be processing
Yeah.
something, or you're getting like, and that's where it
Am I
sucks.
avoiding something, or am I just letting my brain relax? That's the thing that I get frustrated at right now. Am I avoiding or not?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know anymore.
that's yes.
Am I
Oh,
doing the
that's
healthy thing, or am I avoiding it? Am I
yeah.
being anxious about something that is legitimate, or is my
Or am I being
brain just
anxious?
creating something? I
Or
don't fucking know anymore.
yeah, I'm having this experience, but why am I having this experience? Where's it coming from? What's going on? How do I
When you're
respond?
used to discomfort, comfort is uncomfortable. Yes.
Yes,
I
yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Silence. When you were sitting with somebody and you're just sitting there, like somebody, like your friend comes over, and or you're with, like I'm with my kids and we're just watching, like my kids like to talk, they're talkers. So
Hmm.
silence sitting with them is, but like with people that I'm comfortable with, and I'm
Hmm.
just sitting there watching TV, or I am doing something and just sitting. Silence.
That's so uncomfortable.
My brain starts to go, are they mad at me? Or
Yes. Hmm.
okay, I know they're not, and then, but see, now I'm in the healing phase. I'm like, okay, I know they're not mad at me. I haven't done anything, but then my brain, my thought process went, oh, we're gonna go here, and everything's like fucking shit. Everything goes from there. Okay, then I start having this conversation in my head. Well, they're not mad at me because I haven't done anything. Are you sure you haven't done anything? Okay, no, I'm sure that I haven't done anything. I check the facts. Hey, I'm just need I just, no, I'm just tired, or no, I'm just busy, or no, I'm working on something, so I'm really concentrating. Okay.
Hmm.
They told me what they, and I have to. Okay, well, they told you this. Well,
But are they lying?
but are they lying to you?
Hmm.
Well, I have to trust them. Why do I have to trust them? Well, I have to trust them because they
Well,
told me that.
but in this one point in the past, when someone did tell you that, they were actually lying,
What was
and
that
then
them? But that wasn't
everything
them.
hit. Yeah, but yeah, and then everything starts hinging off of that one situation that happened with someone completely different, like 20 years ago. Yeah, that's me.
Oh yeah. Oh no, totally me. And then but you're sitting there,
Ah, yeah,
and healthy is hard. Healthy is a choice,
it is.
and
Yes.
it's uncomfortable.
Hmm.
And just because that it just the healthy choice doesn't mean the easier choice. The healthier choice, the healthier doesn't mean that it's the most comfortable choice.
The healthy is usually the uncomfortable choice for
Yes,
a while, for
for
a
a
long
very
time.
long time. It's still uncomfortable for
It's
me.
still yeah. Eventually it might be more comfortable, but
Well, I
right
don't know
now
that day ain't the day.
maybe if it happens, it
I'm
happens.
4
But
years in.
now,
I'm 4 years in. I'm still waiting for that day.
yeah, the sitting in silence thing. Oh, that is
I'm still
so
waiting for the
difficult.
healthy choice to be healthy, or the healthy relationships to feel comfortable. I don't know. I'm waiting for that day.
Hmm. Maybe one day. So.
Oh, healing feels destabilizing
Hmm.
because your nervous system was built around chaos.
Oh, yeah, that
Calm
is
can feel suspicious. And let me
yes.
explain, is a lot of times, yes, that is true for anybody else, but it's true for everyone in whatever situation they're in. Your nervous system, with whatever trauma it is, whatever type of trauma that is, whatever type of mental illness you have, and that includes everything from anxiety, depression, ADD to bipolar disorder, like whatever. You have grown and built your life around this thing.
Hmm.
And unless you had a really supportive system, which if you're here, most of you haven't. So I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not going to guess, and I'm not going to assume, but I am just going to put it out there that you're either watching the train wreck from a healthy place, or you in the boat with us. So either way, welcome. But what it was explained to me, especially with me and my mental illnesses, is a lot of my stuff was me creating me, and my choices and my thought process and my nervous system was around the trauma. And so now that I am healing the trauma, now that I am taking everything apart, I am rewriting the code, as it were, or whatever metaphor works for you in your house, or for me, renovating my house. It feels wrong. and you feel foreign in your own body, in your own mind, in your own soul. And so it's so hard for me when my therapist says, you know yourself, trust yourself. Bitch, I don't trust myself. That's why I'm coming to you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a
Trust
reason I am coming.
myself.
Yeah, trust myself. Have you seen the
Please.
choices that I have made in my life?
Yeah.
There's a reason I don't trust myself.
That's what got me here.
And it's so unnerving. I know this is healthy, but this doesn't feel right. It sucks.
It does. I have gone on in my sessions. I've gone on these where I'm talking about this thing, and then I start questioning that, and then questioning this, and questioning that, and going on. It's like, whoa. You just gotta trust yourself. Make a choice. Do your thing. Because otherwise, I'm constantly overthinking it, and then I'm not doing anything except worrying myself, getting myself into or building up my anxiety.
Oh, I'm not ready for the next section. I'm not ready for the next section. I'm not ready for the next section. It's fine.
It's fine. We can do this. We can do it.
All right.
We do it together.
Okay.
We got this.
All right. We're nearing the end. It's fine.
You want to mention the first one?
Okay. What healthy actually looks like. Not us.
we're working on making healthy
Not
choices, but sometimes we might look like some people might get the impression
You
we
see
got
us
it all
for a
together.
couple hours a day, a couple hours a week. It's
We'll see all the other stuff that happens.
yeah. Let's not worry about these six some change days of the week. So healthy looks like feeling something strongly and not acting on it immediately. When you're here, there's trauma and it's possibly family. No. Waking up, when you're here, there's trauma and it is family.
Yeah.
There's no probably in that.
It's the yeah. It's we're gonna need a shirt.
Facts. Then Italian McDonald's is gonna kind of like sue us for it. I always just joke when I heard it was called Italian McDonald's, and I was like, no wonder my kids love going there.
That makes a lot of sense.
But feeling something strongly and not acting on it immediately. That's hard. That's hard. I am better at it now. I am better at it now. It is becoming more of my go-to more often than not, and I'm going to take that as a win. I am not saying that is not something that I do all the time, because that's not true. But I am making a conscious effort to try to make the healthier choice.
And that's progress.
Again, it sucks.
Yes. Progress is progress.
Hey, Sean, what's the next one?
Okay, I was going to take that one. All right, so the next one. Healthy might look like writing the text and not sending it. The number of times I have picked up the phone and gone backspace, backspace, put the phone down.
Your phone has a notes app for a reason. That way, I don't want to see your three little dots going all the time. Your phone has a notes app for a reason.
But that is, I'm better at that now. But that is still a difficult one. It's like, especially later in the evening, because medication's worn off and like the brains, the anxiety starts to go. Like that's where a lot of the stuff happens for me. Is like I will pick up the phone and I'll start to have feelings, I'll start to have anxiety about something, I'll start to think about something. I'm like, text, and then sometimes the best thing I can do is just to put the phone down and just let it and sit in whatever I'm sitting in and let that just ride that, because it's my brain making stuff up usually.
Yes. Okay. But here's the making the distinction,
Hmm.
making that nice nuanced distinction between unhealthy and healthy. And Sean's like sitting on something forever is not maturity.
No,
It's
it's not.
that's not
Yeah.
necessarily like sitting on something like if you feel so strongly that you are, and it's like me having that strong emotion and not acting on it immediately, I still need to act on it. I just don't, my actions may change later once I'm off of the
Hmm.
trigger. Once I'm
Yeah.
off of being reactive, I'm still acting upon it. So I may still need to say the thing, but how I'm saying it will probably change.
Yeah.
And that's for me. So, yes, write it in the notes app, but
Yeah.
then give yourself, again, set yourself a time, go back to it, say, I still feel this way, but I think I can word that differently.
Yeah.
And
There,
then you send the text
there is some snarky and some passive aggressive text that I have typed out
and sent.
and sent. There's some of them that yes that I've sent. That has happened. That is the thing. But I'm working on.
I would like to tell our entire community, and for those of my friends that are watching this, and anybody who may be watching this later in the thing, if you send me a snarky text and a snarky email, or even call me up and decide you want to tell me something, and you are defensive, aggressive, and snarky, I would like to make it very, very clear that is not me going to, I will choose violence every single time. That I will not be
Mhm.
healthy. I will return, like I said, I return energy and fucking how we acting today.
Mhm.
Continue.
Yeah. So
And
it
I'm
is.
I'm very well aware that that is not the healthy choice, but you know what?
Mhm.
One thing at a time.
Yeah. That's. Well, you'll get to that eventually.
That is low
Um,
on my list.
Yeah, but it is. I will text. I will type that out. I'm like, no, no, that's not the right way. That's not the healthy way to say that. That's not the. Um, and one of the struggles that I've had as part of that is because I grew up in a passive aggressive home. I don't always recognize. I sometimes have difficulty recognizing what is a passive aggressive statement. It just to me, it just sounds normal. And so that's I've been guilty of doing that a bunch of sending messages, going thinking it was a perfectly acceptable message. No, it's not. So yeah,
I'm really apologetic. Well, see, then you're safe, Asta.
yeah,
I will then probably come at you going, there's no need to. I will come at you
yeah.
reassuring.
Stop apologizing.
Stop apologizing.
Stop,
There's nothing
stop,
to
stop, stop
apologize
apologizing.
for. Yeah, you're
Stop
valid.
apologizing.
But you come at me. You come at me with some
Hmm.
snark and some sass and some passive aggressiveness.
So you never start the conversation that way. It's you
Oh
always just
no, no,
match
no!
the energy.
I'm not ever saying that.
Okay, but you will match the energy.
I will match energy. I would apologize to bother you. Don't ever apologize bothering us. And I honestly, I think that I can't speak for Sean, I guess, but as I have experienced from him, and I know myself, we have gotten a lot better at being able to say, hey, I want to help you. I can't right now. I can't. And been able to say, I want to help you. Is this an emergency?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I need to step outside? Do I need to pause what I'm doing? But like, if this is an emergency, then I can I get back to you when I'm out of work, or I'm out of my kids' recital, or I'm done doing the thing that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is boundaries. We're learning that slowly or surely. But
Imagine that. Yeah.
healthy does not remove the emotions.
Yeah, they're still there.
That doesn't mean you won't feel angry or sad.
Yep. It doesn't mean they're not valid.
Right. It doesn't mean that you won't lose your shit over something stupid because you're triggered. It doesn't mean you won't ever get
Mm-hmm.
triggered. Again, like I said earlier, we heal the wounds. We still are just managing the effects of the wounds.
Mm-hmm. So the emotions are still there. We're slowing the reaction time. We're
Listen,
slow.
bitch.
What? I figured I'd take that one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I mean, you coming at me like that.
We're slowing the reaction time. We're giving ourselves a pause. We're giving ourselves a
Agreed,
moment.
Asta. Agreed.
Yeah, they are absolutely hard. Yes,
Mhm.
Asta. Um,
But yes, healthy means slowing the reaction. You're not acting on the reaction. You are allowed to react.
mhm.
You are allowed to respond. That just does not mean it's instantaneous. But you have to put a stop. You have to put a limit
There's-
on it, Sean.
That's yeah. I was saying that's the point
Within
where
reason.
there has yeah. So I slow the reaction time to a glacial.
Within reason. Let's put that
Well,
in
actually-
there. It slows the reaction time to within reason.
Within reason. It's a pause, not an absolute freeze.
But the last one is something that is actually very reassuring. I know that we talk. I mean, a lot of this seems like, oh, healing is just it. Healing is hard, and healing is terrible, and healing is very confusing. But it does give you. It increases your choices. It increases your options. Like Beardful Me says, it's a choice. Loving somebody's a choice. Choosing healthy every single time. You might not choose healthy every single time, and that's okay. You're human. Everyone's human. You might not want to choose healthy. I don't necessarily say that that's okay, but there are situations that might support you being a salty bitch, and that's fine. I'm going to say that out there so that I can justify some of my unhealthy choices, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to choose unhealthy. Sometimes that maybe choosing the unhealthy is the healthy thing for you. I mean, just be prepared for the consequences. But it does, you don't feel like that's your only option to survive. You're not surviving anymore. Being healthy means that you have a choice. You've always had a choice. Let me rephrase that. Let me expand upon that. You always had these choices. Being healthy means you're allowing yourself to make the choice. You're giving yourself permission to make the healthy choice, even if it's uncomfortable. When you're unhealthy, you feel like you don't have a choice but to survive. But when you start healing and you start getting healthier, you start understanding. The healthy choice may suck and it may feel bad, but you at least now are allowing yourself permission to go, I can make the healthy choice and not be apologetic about it or not be scared of it. Oh, hey, Sean.
I would say you want to skip the hard truth set. Let's just we can just move right on.
Nope. I want it on record. I want you to say the next line. Say the next line. The next section is hard truths.
Hard truth number 1. Understanding your trauma doesn't excuse the behavior.
Say it again with a little bit more conviction, and I want you to say it. I want you to say it. I want you to own that statement, Sean.
All right. Understanding my trauma doesn't excuse my behavior. Just because I know why I did it and where it came from and what trauma in my past has led to my reacting in a certain way doesn't mean that it excuses that unhealthy behavior.
And clip. Because I am absolutely going to throw that back in your face later.
Is that the healthy response?
Nope. And that is me.
Okay.
This is one of those times where I am choosing violence.
There is.
I can't sit up any straighter, Asta. I'm literally sitting like straight up. So, but
explaining and the explanation and the reason are different. The trauma may explain my behavior, but it doesn't excuse my behavior. And those are different things. Just because I have trauma from whatever doesn't mean I can do an unhealthy. My actions now aren't healthy. I'm responsible. I didn't cause the trauma, but I'm responsible for how I react, how I respond to it, and how I deal with it.
So many people say, I'm traumatized. That's why I do this. Okay. Okay. That's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm traumatized from this, so this is what I'm working on.
Yes.
Or I am traumatized from this, and I realize that my actions are no excuse.
That's a difference. One says I've done this is why explains why, but I'm working on that. I'm trying to improve that. That's not my. I want to have a different reaction. The other says, oh, this is how I was. Therefore, you have to accept that.
I'm traumatized like this, so I have an excuse.
Exactly, it's the excuse.
Sorry, that's not an excuse.
Mm-hmm. It's an explanation, not an excuse.
Yeah, and it doesn't excuse your behavior.
Mm-mm.
I am also traumatized, but I am making a different choice for myself. Yeah. You could also say, I am traumatized by X. This is why I reacted in this way. Mm-hmm. However, I am sorry that my reaction affected you in this negative way. And I recognize that trauma, and I am working on trying to react in a different way. Mm-hmm. That is taking accountability, that is taking the trauma and not making it a reason to invalidate that person's experience. Just because you are traumatized and you have a trigger and you're reacting in a certain way, those are all valid things. However, just because those are valid does not erase the impact, those triggers and that trauma that you are experiencing. Also, that doesn't invalidate or take away the impact it has on other people. And that is a big difference.
Yes.
Again, we did not ask for the trauma. The trauma was done to us. We are not at fault for the trauma happening to us. We are responsible for healing and making different choices to heal that trauma. Absolutely. So one of them is, I have trauma, so it's not my fault. The other one is, I have trauma and I recognize that my trauma is affecting somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ownership.
Yes.
I have trauma, but that doesn't give me a free pass to be a jerk, period.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a pass.
Yep.
Having trauma is not a pass. We all have trauma. That's like, oh, there's somebody that's in my life currently that is not you, Sean. Just letting you know this isn't you.
Yeah. Usually, if it's me, you call me out. So,
I know. But there is somebody in my life who is constantly saying, "Well, I have trauma," and I have bit my lip, so it's almost bled. Mm-hmm. Where I have stopped myself from saying, "We all have trauma. Fix your shit."
Chat GPT, how do I say this in a more professional?
I love how you went. You knew. I love how you knew. We all have trauma. Fix your shit.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it is possible.
Yeah.
All right, we're not triggering myself. It's cool.
No, not at all.
Naming your trigger doesn't automatically make your reaction mature.
Those kind of go hand in hand. Yeah. And I deal with that as like, oh, I know why I got triggered. It's because of this. Well, that doesn't mean my reaction is healthy or mature just because I know where it came from. I know what the trigger is.
Yeah. I'm triggered. And I'm triggered because of this. Okay. So again.
Yeah.
Address it.
Yeah.
Fix your shit. Mm-hmm. And okay, I hate saying fix your shit, but like deal with it.
Yeah. So it's like, and where are you going with this? What have you done to heal that? What is the, yeah.
Right. Like I am triggered.
Hmm.
So again, it doesn't excuse your behavior. I am triggered. I am triggered because this is this and this is this and this is my trigger. Okay.
Hmm.
Or, or, you know what? I am feeling triggered because when you are yelling at me in an unexpected way, it is hitting a wound. So excuse me because I feel like I need to remove myself.
Hmm.
I need to remove myself. I need to remove myself. Or I need us to take a pause from this conversation or whatever it is. That doesn't mean I am because you go, I am triggered and I need to remove myself because I'm about to cry or I'm about to get emotional or I'm about to say things that I don't mean.
Hmm.
So I'm going to choose something different. You still feel have the urge to have that reaction, but that
Yeah.
just because you can say, well, I'm triggered because you're doing this, so I'm going to blah, 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 that is not mature.
Yeah. It's where's the ownership? It's taking ownership of your reaction. Because just, yeah, you had the trauma, but that means that's trying to say that you're not responsible for whatever your reaction happens to be.
Right.
And that's the difference is, yes, I had the trauma, but I own my decision.
Hey, Sean, what's the last one?
Oh, I mentioned that one earlier. We don't need to go over it.
Yes. Oh, but say it again for the people in the
um,
back.
Another hard truth is I am responsible for my regulation. Yes.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
let me clarify because
Yes.
fucking nuance, which has
I was
been
getting ready to say there is
the
nuance
fucking
here.
theme of this fucking thing. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know what healthy is. So again, it's that nuance of trying to figure out what situation works for what. And sometimes you need support and sometimes you don't need support. It all,
Mm-hmm.
again, the nuance of it all. You are responsible for your own regulation, but that doesn't mean that you have to regulate by yourself.
Yes.
Not all situations do you it does requires you to do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do some situations? Yes. But again, it's that fucking nuance bullshit that you don't know
Mm-hmm.
which one's the right answer and you don't know where you're going with that. And that's a personal choice that you're just gonna have to figure out for yourself. I am responsible for regulating myself, but then I'm also responsible for going, okay, I can't I need support.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to fix me. I don't want them to fix me. Again, it's that whole how am I approaching the other person, blah, 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 blah. But it's one of those, but I am still responsible for processing the emotion, for processing the thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
for finding the right tools, for finding the right support, for knowing what I need to regulate,
Mm-hmm.
and then acting upon that.
Yeah. That's that one's a struggle for me. Like the co-regulation, the I'm responsible for my regulation, but it is okay to ask for something that I need. It's also important that I'm not constantly like the nuance between co-regulation and like codependency um, is knowing what I need and being able to ask for it, but not doing that every single time.
Yeah.
Because that's where my problem was is I was not regulating myself at all. I was constantly asking for that. I needed that because I wasn't doing it.
Beardful Me said it the best. It's the difference between asking for help and asking somebody to do it for you.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. All right. I will say the last part. You can't
Okay.
heal what you refuse to own. And that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of healthy that is hard. Because nobody wants to own their shit.
This is hard because I own it. It's my
Nobody
responsibility.
wants to own their shit. And this also includes, which is something that me and one of my friends are struggling with. This also includes owning the positive parts too.
Mm-hmm.
You have to own it all. You have to own the bad the bad parts, the trauma. You can't heal the trauma without accepting and going, this is my responsibility. It is my job. You can't do it while saying, well, this not my, I didn't do it. I didn't do this to myself. So why should I have to heal it? Yeah, well, that fucking sucks. That fucking sucks.
Yep.
That sucks that it goes, that trauma was committed to me and given to me by somebody else. And I did not ask for this. You're right. 10 times out of 10, you are right. Well, 9 times out of 10, because there are times where you traumatize yourself. And, you know,
That is true.
that's the reality of it. The choices that you made traumatize yourself. But, okay. Whether I wanted it or not, I have it, and this is mine to deal with now. And if you're sitting in the mindset of go, I didn't do this to myself, I shouldn't have to deal with this. This is not my fault. They're at fault. They need to fix it. Blah blah blah. They should, whatever it is. You can't heal because you're constantly going to be in that loop of waiting for somebody else to heal you. A healthy mindset, which again, I'm still struggling with. So I'm not saying this as somebody who's actually has got her shit figured out, because I don't. This is mine now. This is mine now. And I don't like it. And it is hurting me. And it sucks because I didn't want this. But I don't want to hurt anymore. So this is mine, whether I ask for it or not. And I am going to heal it. That's owning it. That is owning that. That is recognizing that I didn't ask for this, but it is mine now.
Yep.
So I have a choice. I can sit with it and let it continue to hurt me, or I can say, this is mine now, and I can accept that. And it's okay to be angry about it, because again, radical acceptance. Again, I say this, my therapist hates radical acceptance. She likes complete acceptance. But the thing they call it by is radical acceptance in the community. But it's that complete acceptance of accepting that two things exist in the same space. I can be angry and pissed off and really just fucking furious that I now have this trauma that I didn't ask for, that I didn't want, that wasn't my fault, that is all the things. I can feel sad about it. I can feel all of these things and still go, this is still a part of who I am, and this is not what I want anymore. And I can love that part and still be angry that I have to love that part. And I'm not there. I am not there. I'm just saying that I am aware and I recognize that that is what I have to do, but you still have to own it.
Yeah. If you don't own it, you can't change it.
And sitting there blaming somebody else, blaming the person who gave it to you, being angry at the person that gave it to you, and then not doing anything about it is not owning it. And it's not loving yourself. Because you're not loving the whole. And again, I'm not doing very well at that. But I was talking with a friend of mine, and I was like, I asked them, I was like, you want to love somebody? Well, what does love look like to you? Because what do I want from love? What do I want from a romantic relationship of love? And they said, I want somebody to see me completely and still stay. And I'm like, but you have to let them see you.
Ooh, that's hard. That's tough.
And I have to let people see that part of me. And you have to also, to let them see you that way, also you have to see yourself that way. And again, that's tough. Good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
And that trauma is ugly, and you got to own it. This trauma is mine. It is my trauma. It is my trauma. And it sucks, and it's ugly, and it's mean, but it's mine.
But it is
mine.
Worst.
And that's the only way you can heal it. And I think that's the thing, is like, that's the scary part, is doing the opposite of what you have been trained to do. I want somebody to love me for all of me, even the ugly parts. Well, you have to let them see the ugly parts.
Do you?
But you can't let them see only the ugly parts.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, that's true. So.
The last one, Sean. What's the last one? The last one, then we'll wrap it up.
All right, the last one is that's my trauma response is informational. It's an explanation. It's not a free pass to behave poorly.
Why don't you say it again?
That's my trauma response, air quotes, is information, not a free pass. It's an explanation, not an excuse. Yes.
Mm-hmm. We'll just sit. We'll just let that one go. We're just gonna let that one go for you.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's a hard truth.
I notice how Sean's like, I'm not going any further in that. We're just going to keep going.
Well, that is something that I find myself doing a lot. I'm trying to move into the everything that you just said. That explains, but it doesn't. I need to own. What am I doing about that? What am I doing to work through that? What am I doing to heal that part of me? It's hard.
It's very hard.
Mm-hmm. So, all right.
Okay. Healing isn't about never getting activated or triggered. It's about increasing the space and time between feeling and acting upon it. And that is the space where adulthood lives. Fuck
Boo! Boo!
Boo! We'll ignore the last one. Adulthood.
I want a refund.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing, and I realize this too, is like the whole reason, like, how our generation is all like, adulting sucks. Adulthood sucks. And like all the like Gen Z and like Gen Alpha, they're all like, well, like, you guys are complaining about being adults. Like, the reason we're complaining about being adults, folks, is the fact that we were made to be adults as children.
Yes.
So we couldn't wait to be adults. And that's why like the millennials are as like, there's a whole different but like the Zennials and millennials were all like, we were expected to be adults.
Yes.
As children. And so we had adult responsibilities. We had to be adults. We had to act like adults, but we didn't have the adult freedoms. That's why we couldn't wait to adult. We couldn't wait because
I'll finally get all the freedoms.
Right.
And now we're like, take them back.
Now we're adults and we're like, you know what? The drinking ain't worth it.
No.
That like have it.
Paying the bills.
The sex ain't that great. It's fine. You know what? I'll go back to being a kid. It's fine.
Yeah. Let me go back to no responsibilities. I'm done with this.
Yes. So, any final thoughts?
No, I think we covered it really well.
Mic drop that. Anything from our community?
Yeah, anything you guys want to say?
Anything you want to questions, concerns,
comments,
thoughts, feelings? This is share time.
This is your time too, guys. Did we just have an adventure for a group therapy adventure?
Y'all fucked that up like hardcore.
That was fun. What are you talking about?
All right, Chad.
Oh, Chad was rocking it. There.
Why do you play Chad so well, though?
I don't know. Chad did come off really easily, though.
Yeah. Your Chads always come off. So you just like, I'm like, why?
I don't know. I don't know. I channeled Chad way too easily.
Yeah, right. I'm a little concerned about you. I feel like that's a discussion we need to have for a later date. Too many feelings. Leave me alone, please. Okay.
That is totally
that's
fine.
perfectly okay.
Yeah. So you mean give the wrap up?
Yes.
All right. So today is Sunday, which means tonight we have Let's Build with Pep, me on my channel. the channel Dorian Summer channel. I'm going to put that right here in the chat if I can. Yeah, there's all the buttons. So on the Dorian Summer channel tonight, at 6:30 Eastern, we have Let's Build with Pep with me. So I am working on the Enterprise. I don't think we're finishing tonight. I think we got a couple more weeks. Yes, the Enterprise that is right behind Anna. That is what I'm finishing. I am working on the Saucer.
This is what a massive sinus infection will do to you folks.
Yeah. I'm working on the Saucer section that's finally starting to look like a saucer, sort of.
Good luck.
Yeah. So that's happening at 6:30 Eastern tonight on my channel. And then following that will be Zarknor, our good buddy Nev is going to be. Yep, Nev is going to be in the. Let's see if my buttons work. That's yeah. So he's going to be gaming like he does Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8:30 Eastern on his channel Zarknor. And then on Tuesday we have Three Birds and a Dragon, which is our RPG podcast where we roll a d20 and let it ruin our lives, and that is at 8:30 Eastern on the Team_AOA channel. You never know what kind of adventure might happen. We've had some crazy ones.
Your HOA one, what the fuck?
That just came to me. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Yes, a couple weeks ago, we had an HOA meeting, was our adventure. And I have to say, though, the parts that you played were fantastic. Like the person who just wandered into the meeting. Hilarious.
Hi, guys. Like, oh my God.
You were live streaming our HOA meeting as a random person in the meeting.
Say hello to my 10,000 followers.
I know. You did play this beautifully
on the gossip granny. That was also really good.
Oh my God, yeah. So it was a crazy one, but you did that really well. Yeah, you never know what kind of adventures we have. We go from dungeons to HOA meetings and group therapy, so you never know what you're gonna get.
I feel like one we start with dungeons, we have to meet with the HOA, and then we have group therapy. I mean,
we have to deal with everything that happened.
Yeah.
And so so that is a Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern on the Team_AOA channel.
And then Con
Carolinas is coming back up. That is the last weekend in May. So Con Carolinas, if you're going to be in the Charlotte area the last weekend in May, you can come hang out with me, Anna, and Jay at Con Carolinas.
Ooh, and Beardful Me is going to be there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Beardful Me is going to be there. So you got to hang out with him as well. You got to put a face to a name on that one.
Yeah, right.
A name to a name to a face to a name. Okay.
And we will be streaming in Comic Palooza. That's what we will be streaming, live streaming from there like we normally do. So we'll be going live, but that is the weekend before that. So yeah.
Yep. So that weekend, so Con Carolinas, if you're gonna be in the Charlotte area and you want to get tickets, you can get 25% off your weekend pass by using the code TEAMAOA, all one word, all capital letters. So yeah, we'll love to see you, love to hang out with you. If you can't make it, we totally understand, especially if you're in another part of the country or another country entirely.
Yeah.
But we will stream as much as we can throughout the weekend. It is a long weekend. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of panels planned, a lot of moderating panels planned. So we'll stream. We stream as much as we can. So make sure you are following all of our channels because you never know whose channel we're going to go live on and when.
All righty.
That's
well,
it.
You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will talk to you later.
See you tonight. Let's build.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Did you really just high five over me?
No, we didn't.
Okay, we're live.
Hey.
Hello.
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
Okay.
And the bear is coming with the carpet spoon.
That's a straight up PBR for the table.
Yeah, 3 of 3.
I think it's called.
She ain't judging us at all.
Did you really just high five over me?
No, we didn't.
Okay, we're live.
Hey.
Hello.
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
Okay.
And the bear is coming with the carpet spoon.
That's a straight up PBR for the table.
Yeah, 3 of 3.
I think it's called.